Hello, and welcome to another episode of this uneventful podcast. If you are listening to this before April the 25th, Monday, 8:30-ish, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, get ready for another episode of Tales from the Shit. That's right, another episode of poop humor, which very few are into, which I can understand. And the reason why I'm doing this intro now is because I started the show at Old City, and I totally forgot to mention it. So, Monday, April 25th, 8:30-ish Eastern Time, Tales from the Shit. And now, here's the podcast. It starts in Old City, sober commentary style, Saturday night, around 10 o'clock. And I hope you guys don't enjoy this one. Alright? Here it is. Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm doing a sober commentary thing here, even though it's only 10 o'clock here in Old City. Pretty much, not super drunk or anything, but just doing this now because I looked at the public freakouts last night. There was nothing going on. It's Saturday night here, by the way. Monday night, I hosted my open mic. Nothing special happened. It was 7 comedians, 5 audience members. We had, a couple people less than usual because it was raining like crazy all day. And it was Easter Monday, which I never heard of before. I never heard of Easter Monday. And the open mic was just okay. Probably one of the least turnouts, but hey, it's alright. Then Wednesday, I went to Taproom in Jersey. Hey, there's a guy riding by here, and a saxophone and a bike. I think I've seen this guy before. It takes a talent to do that, though, because he's playing the saxophone and driving down the streets of Philly, which if you've never been before, it's like Baghdad. So Wednesday, we went to Jersey, South Jersey, Taproom. And they had a low turnout, too. Now, they had 25 comedians, but usually they have over 30. And they have usually 10 to 15 audience members. They only had about 4 audience members. And I went off the top of my head. Pretty much, I forgot, the last minute of my set. I did this bit where I say all white guys are scared to go to joke and get raped by a black guy. It was mostly white comedians. They were laughing at it. They thought it was silly. And I did okay. And then Thursday night, I was tired, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for the trifecta this week. I haven't been on stage 3 times in a week in a long time. I'm going to go to this place called the Final Sports Bar in Ben Salem, where the Comedy Kebab used to be, and do an open mic over there, even though I knew it was going to be good. And sure enough, there were 8 comedians, and they had a couple audience members. I had nothing planned. I had no material planned, so I said, you know what? I'm going to tell the story of that I told on the MGTOW channel, of how I so-called lost my virginity, the Craigslist story, and I told the prostitute story too. And I ended up doing 10 and a half minutes. I got some good laughs. I made the story funnier. Plus, I was a little bit drunk before the show started. And the audience, it was about half the people who listened were comedians. There was a bartender there, this white chick I'd never seen before. She had giant fake titties. Great, good for her. And I got some laughs. And then that was pretty much it. So I got on stage 3 times. And last night was Friday night. I was going to go out. And I said, I was fucking tired. I said, you know what? I'm staying in tonight. I'm not going out. I try to start the JoshCast, like I said. I look for some fucking public freakouts. I saw a fight on the Broad Street line, which is here in Philly. It was a white guy and a black guy. The black guy was standing on top of the subway, and a white guy and him were fighting each other. And it was pretty lame. I was like, I'm not going to do this segment. I'm just going to talk about my boring week. And then I stayed in last night. I got some good rest. Today I didn't do much in the morning. And then I decided, fuck it. So I went out tonight. I left out at 7:30-ish. I had trouble finding parking down here. You can tell summer's coming because there's a lot more people out tonight. The volume's getting a little bit higher. There was nowhere to park, really. I had to drive around in circles. I had to park a block or 2 further than usual. And I decided I'm probably going to start taking the train from now on. It's easier. So I brought a beer with me. I had this beer sitting in my room for 2 or 3 months. It's a 9.5% sour beer that I had. It's some sort of sour, milky beer. That sounds racist, I know. And I had to sit in my room for months. I finally decided to put it in the freezer and bring it out tonight. When I was driving down tonight, there was this fucking dirty gringo, spicky if you want to say, and they were blasting their fucking music. They had their trunk open. It was a Jeep, and the music was fucking blasted. They were blasting this music so loud that even when I put my windows up and I put my radio on, you could still hear it. it was just a total act of attention. Like, like I gotta have my radio blasted. I gotta have everybody hear me. I gotta hurt everybody's ears. It was just fucking disgusting. Hope the person gets fucking shot in the fucking head. You know, that sounds terrible to say. That's fucking terrible. Finally, they turned the fuck off. I was pissed. And then it took me a little while to find parking up here. The time I did, I was drinking my drink as I was walking down because it wasn't as cold. I put it in the freezer for about an hour, and it was getting a little bit warm, So I started drinking it, and then when I got down here, these hoes, they were about maybe 15, 20 feet away from me. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 benches. I'm on the last bench. They were the first 2 benches, but you could tell they wanted so much attention. They had to do like a photo shoot down here, And you could tell they wanted guys to stop and stuff. One girl had like a dress on. She didn't even look that good. And then she had a fucking like trench coat, not a trench coat, like a long coat over it. And she kept taking it off. And they were taking thousands of pictures. Literally, I was sitting there for like 40 minutes drinking my beer. They took thousands of pictures. Like they were all fucking models. And there's a bunch of steak-ass fucking hoes. So I had to move because I had to pee eventually. I went inside Stowe's and I was going in there. This white guy was like, "Hey, wait till you get downstairs. What happened?" I said, "Well, what happened?" He's like, "Wait till you get downstairs." He was right behind me. I went down and someone broke the bathroom stall because they were mad the Sixers lost. Because you guys know the Sixers did not sweep the Raptors. They lost. So someone broke the stall up. They fucking like King Kong'd it. I was like, damn. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to get butt naked underneath this. You just take a picture of me." The guy was joking around. I said, "Okay, I'll do it." He was like, "I'll give you 20 grand. So I left there. I was going to get a shot in a beer, and I realized I am fucking drunk, man. I am fucking drunk. I had 1 beer tonight, and even though, here's the thing. I had 3 beers Monday night at my open mic, and then I only had 1 beer Wednesday night, and I had 2 beers Thursday night. So I had 6 beers between Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which I think is not bad. And then I had a beer tonight, but it was like a super beer. So I am fucking lit right now. I just got back from Big Ass Slices. I decided to get some food. I didn't know where to go. So, even though I'm tired, even though I eat pizza sometimes at home too much, fuck it. I went over to Big Ass Slices. I got a big slice of pepperoni. And by the way, Big Ass Slices totally changed their rules. You have to order alcohol with your pizza in order to stay in there. And then if you don't, you have to go outside. So I already know to go outside. So I got a pizza and a beer, and I fucking sat outside. There was these stinking white hoes behind me talking about how drunk they were. They were talking about going to Fado. That was the place in Tennessee where I pulled my cock, if you remember that story. And these kids and their dad were outside drinking, and the staff said they were eating cheese sticks from other places, and you can't have food from other place. And I was just looking around, and the vibe is out. It's nice out here. It's about 50-something degrees. The steak hoes are out. Fucking a lot of the volume's higher than usual. As I said, I probably won't be driving down here as much. Once in a while, I'll probably start taking a train again because it's getting harder to find parking and stuff. And that's it, man. That's pretty much my my bored week. I did stand up 3 times this week, including my open mic. I hung out tonight, had a beer, had some food. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going to go inside the karaoke spot. If anything else happens, I'll add to it. Probably most likely nothing. And that's it. All right, so folks, we're going to wrap this up with the odd news. And if we don't, well, then we'll add something else to the segment. That is it. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, let's get to the odd news and wrap this up. Also, Tales from the Shit, once again, tomorrow night, 8:30-ish Eastern Standard Time, Monday, April 25th. All right, enough of the plugs. What do we got here? Cops fired for ignored robbery to catch Snorlax, and Pokemon Go denied court review. So, cops have been getting fired, but that's an interesting one. I didn't think people were still playing that stupid game. Americans are drowning in spam and robocalls, and FCC does nothing. Yeah, they don't care. The government gives out your phone number, and they look at your pictures and they jerk off to your texts, and there's nothing we can do about it, folks. Man arrested for submitting murderous threats to the dictionary staff. That's awesome. Using the Merriam-Webster online form. Army of worm larvae hatch from man's bum. Visibly slender under his skin. That's, this guy had worms up his ace. It's fucking, slithery. I don't know. I don't have a joke for that yet. I'll come back in a couple minutes. Startup says it's about to start selling lab-grown tiger steaks to restaurants. Well, I mean, if it tastes good, we'll eat it. I mean, we eat cows and pigs. I mean, we don't care what animal comes from as long as it tastes good. Major retailer Green forced to watch famous Independence Day speech seen in court. Is that a Will Smith thing? I guess. Black Tennessee mayor declared April Confederate History Month. So he does like the Confederate flag. Okay, well, hey, that's... Utah college offers course that analyzes pornography. Hey, come on, these kids are in college, they're watching porn, they're experimenting, why not? Alex Jones attorney Norm Patty says N-word with his pants down during stand-up set. A high-profile attorney for conspiracy theorists, I'll use the N-word during a stand-up routine. Here it is. It says, Norm Patty's is not funny. It's by a black guy. Well, of course, a black guy. It says a black one in the front row. It's 7 minutes long. No, listen, you guys want to watch the clip, you can. It's too long to play on this show. But it sounds like a good set I would watch. Lion cub Simba born using sperm extracted from electro-ejaculation process that killed Mufasa. I like to read that sentence again. Woman rescued after falling into toilet trying to get her phone. So how did she fall in the whole toilet, or did her arm just get stuck? It says fire department said the woman was at the top of the mountain trying to use her phone. Man said she disabled the toilet seat, used dog to try to get her phone. Didn't work very well. Well, listen, she got rescued. That's all that matters. 500 pounds of marijuana scattered on interstate during crash on 420. So 420, somebody was carrying lots of cheaper. Airlines substitute buses for plane as pilot shortage. Buses for planes, that sounds terrible. Buses are the worst form of transportation. Florida bride accused of lacing wedding food with drugs. Alright, here's a Florida story. They have the best stories in Florida. Florida man takes a leak in store's beer cave, police say. School in Japan receives $27,000 water bill to teacher attempts to prevent COVID. Someone was washing up a lot. Elon Musk compares Bill Gates to pregnant man emoji in a Twitter slam. Man carrying a gold concealed in rectum. Rectum damn near killed him. Impaired driver with someone riding in trunk came to pick up buddy from traffic stop. Firefighters battle heavy smoke at a Medicare cannabis dispensary. Oh, so people were just smoking weed there, is it? Ogden man shot man before trying to carjack another at knife point. A lot of people are playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm telling you. Man opens Blockbuster Part 2 DVD rental business from his basement. That's just not odd news. That's the life every day. Jerry Anus was found with meth while on pre-trial release for 3 cases. I like that name. Jerry Anus. That's a good prank call name. Yeah, who's this? Yeah, this is Jerry Anus. We gotta use that one. Dill Pickle, convicted Florida criminal, arrested after running from the cops. Dolphin stabbing death investigated by Florida wildlife officials. Yeah, they killed a bunch of dolphins trying to ride them. Oh, this is interesting. Stray chicken now lives at a Popeye's chicken restaurant. It just goes around. People get hungry staring at it. Stolen track hoe found Rajasthan High Court grants a 15-day parole for a man to get his wife pregnant. That sounds fun. So the guy has 15 days to fuck his wife. Conjugal visit, but it's from your wife though, so that's not too fun. Oh, this one's interesting. Baby born with 2 penises has larger one chopped off by the... Why would you cut off the big one? They cut off the large penis. You never cut off the large penis. Canadian penises are the 12th biggest in the world. U.S. comes up short at 59. Wait, so Canadian guys have bigger penises? How's that possible? You figure with all the black guys, according to the stereotype in the U.S., I guess they come up short. Man inhales a drill bit during a dental visit. Yeesh. The first city campaigners accuse a black DJ of wearing blackface. So wait a minute, was he wearing blackface, or if they can't tell if the person's white or not? Lawyers for a man who ate his own eyeball argue he's too mentally ill for execution. That's a good way to prove it. Just eat your own eyeball. They're like, wait a minute, this guy is a carjacker beats up a 72-year-old, takes his car, and then he dies in a car crash. So sometimes these stories finish themselves. Calf born with human face hailed as incarceration of Lord Vishnu. Video of Easter Bunny interrupting Joe Biden viewed 5 million times. Man inside at Bloomingdale hotel employee with a wizard wand. That's it, folks. That's it for the show. I thank you folks for listening to the bottom of my fat little rotten heart. I see you folks in the next one you just listened to, and we're out of here. Go fuck yourself, Cuffy.